huge congratulations on the movie. It's
Thank you.
absolutely epic. It's so, so good.
Thank you.
O'Shea, what was it like for you just to get into your dad's shoes and take on that role? Because the two of you have very different upbringings, so how did you find that?
It was fun. There's of course the not fun scenes, but
Yeah.
the whole experience, I had a great time. I've heard these stories like my whole life, so it was cool to go back in time a little bit with all the attire and some of the lingo. It was cool to see him interact with his friends on the sidelines, seeing them have a good time when we're doing our concert scenes. So the whole thing, I had a ball.
Was it emotional for you though? Because it was hard to see that, the mean streets of Compton. Was it like hard for you to see your dad struggling, but not struggling, like battling?
It was me getting beat up. So yeah, it was hard to see him, getting it done too. But it's that's the harsh reality of the world.
Mm-hmm.
That type of thing is happening right now during our interview. It sucks. Our film is terribly relevant still today.
Mm-hmm.
But it was in a safe, controlled environment. The police officers that we used are actual police officers, so in their own way, it's their own version of satire, helping the cause to hopefully change that. But it's film.
Okay. Have you been booked for anything else?
I'm making sure my next baby is at least as pretty as Straight Outta Compton. I got to make sure that it's of the same caliber. The script is of the same, prestige.
We're hearing talks of a sequel.
No.
Are you sick of this question?
I just
Yes.
it was so hard to get this one to the screen. I just can't even think about a sequel.
Okay.
Right now it's really all about Straight Outta Compton and celebrating getting this to the big screen, and talk to me in about a year or two.
Oh, come on. Everybody wants to see another one. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's loving it.
This one came out yesterday, didn't it? They want the next one.
Never happy. Always think the grass is greener. So how was it for you reliving that time in your life?
I mean, it's great. It's I never thought when we were doing it that it was movie worthy at the time, but when you start building all of our history together, you start looking and seeing that it was a very vivid time, and some things were happening that had never happened before. This kind of music was kind of brand new to the world. Never before has the FBI targeted a music group and been as inappropriate and as intimidating as they was trying to be. So it's a lot of things that I think the newer generation needs to know about us, and I'm glad we were able to bring it to the big screen.
Yeah, because we're still seeing that nowadays with police brutality. Not a lot seems to have changed because the deaths we have Michael Brown, and even recently we've Sandra Bland as well.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to be going away.
Yeah, I think the best thing we can do right now is, of course, try to prosecute any officers that step over the line. But, now it's all about public shame. It's all about recording it, putting it up on the internet. Hopefully we'll get the next officer to think twice before he violates somebody's rights or even life. And, we love good police. Mm-hmm. We love police that protect us and treat us like citizens. You know what I'm saying? But the other ones, we could do without. I think the world can do without.
Exactly. Have you faced that sort of discrimination recently or any time in the last couple of years from police?
No, when you got money, they treat you a lot different. But, that being said, that doesn't make it where, I can just be like, oh, I'm fine. So, I think when you're in a position like this, you got to speak for people who are not in this position, who can't speak to the world about it. So, I think it's just my duty as a black man to speak up.
Mm-hmm. O'Shea, have you ever experienced that sort of discrimination from police?
Definitely. Me and my older brother, Daryl, who's actually an associate producer on Straight Outta Compton, we've been harassed together, profiled. And then when they, read Jackson Jr. on my ID, you know, they shape up a little bit and they know you can lawyer up a little bit on them. They tend to let you go.
Did that happen recently?
A while back, you know, it's all about making sure that you're not able to be put in them situations. Of course, some things are out of your hand, but, you know, that it's always extremities, usually when you're a young black male dealing with law enforcement.
That's terrible. Sorry to hear that. Just going back then to the movie with Eazy-E, I know you met up in the end and, you know, everything was okay, but having to watch those scenes again, did it not make you a bit angry that he, you know, kind of took the money? Because he had a lot to owe you, because, you know, did that not make you a bit, because it annoyed me.
I mean, at the time,
I was like,
I'm over it now.
I was like, how dare he do that?
You know, back in, you know, if you'd talked to me back in '89, I've been right with you, sister. You know, I'm a little over it. It happened. It's ancient history. We were all new to the business. We were all unsophisticated when it came to the business part of the music industry. So I'm pretty sure, you know, we all kind of made mistakes and did things that we wish we could take back. And you know, it doesn't upset me, you know, at this point, because, you know, I've went on to make something of myself outside of N.W.A. So, you know, it's just a lesson to learn.
Okay, do you think you were portrayed fairly in the movie? Because others have said they don't think they have been.
Yeah, I think I have. You know, I wish the guy playing me looked a little better. He was a little finer and a little cuter in the face, but
He's all right.
you know, I was all right. But you know,
Politics.
we knew everybody wasn't gonna be happy with this movie. Everybody wasn't happy with our music. Everybody, you know, so that wasn't our job to make everybody happy. You know, our job was to try to tell the truth as we saw fit, and try to bring to the screen the scenes that we thought would tell our story.
Okay. What do you think of Jerry Heller's claims that he's been totally depicted entirely false? What do you think of that?
I don't expect him to start telling the truth now. So I expect him to say that, but we was totally fair with Jerry, you know, and I don't have any axe to grind with that guy at all. You know, he was actually a champion for the group, you know, when it came to us against outside forces. Mm-hmm. But I just didn't like how he dealt with us internally. Okay. And that was my problem with it. It was strictly business. Okay. And, you know, he's just mad because he ended up in a rap song. So.
Paul Giamatti does a great job portraying Jerry.
He does.
Knocks it out the park.
And Suge Knight's not too pleased as well. He's not someone you should
Is he ever?
Not someone you should be annoying, I don't think.
Well, you know, we heard facts and things from people who were there. So we think we're accurate.
Okay. Would you be worried about annoying that, you know, Suge Knight?
I'm not worried about it. You know, me and Suge always been cool. Yeah. We always gonna be cool.
Okay, that's good. And also just want to go on to ask you as well about Kanye, obviously. I think you've been asked this a few times, but are you voting for Kanye in 2020?
Yeah, I'm voting for Kanye.
I love it.
Keep it Kanye.
Why not? Who else? Who's better than Kanye to run?
Would you go for a VP with him?
No.
No,
I'm not into politics like that. You know, I'm into, you know, helping my people get over the hump. You know, I ain't got time to help everybody. We got a lot of work to do. So.
And just Kim. Yeah. What do you think of Kim for First Lady?
It's cool. You know what I mean? You know, if that's what it is, that's what it is. You know, no matter who's the president, you gotta all get up and go to work in the morning.
And can I just ask one more? Sorry, just Iggy Azalea. She's, you know, you're the godfather of rap. What do you think of her? She gets a lot of, you know, slack a bit. It's a bit unfair.
I mean, she make dope songs. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. It's not about how the song gets made. It's about what comes out the speaker. Okay. So, you know, if she can be hot coming out the speaker, who cares what it took to make it? You know, it's a difference between a rapper and an MC. You know, some MCs, you know, are battle rappers and they, need to write their own lyrics. But if you just rapping nowadays, songs by committee have been the history of music. It's like every great song that you hear probably was put together by a few people and not just one soul.
Okay.
And she dated a Laker, so.
Okay.
Yeah,
She has your backing.
All that bad.
I thank you very much.